Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mountains. Do they like baseball? Who knows? Rated 5 stars by Bill Swisstack, who says, "Man, these guys really put the cream in cream cheese." Thanks, Bill. On to the episode.
So, okay, I have a couple of things about this.
Uh huh.
One, I'm not 100% sure if we can read out 5-star reviews or not. I have to find that out because there was I heard about some weird stuff depending on who you put it up with. Like you couldn't talk about if you got reviewed. So I'll look into that. The other
That's
thing,
stupid, and especially given the fact that Bill Swisstack is made up.
Bill
It's a
Swissack,
joke.
he's
It's a
fake.
joke. I thought it's a joke. I
Now
thought
It
of in the
doesn't
everyone
shower.
matter if we
knows.
lie.
It's a joke I thought up in the shower, and I wanted to say it.
Glenn actually wanted to say it so
I really
so
did.
bad.
I thought about it in the shower. I was like,
See-
cream cheese, cream cheese, cream cheese, until I got out and put it in my notes app.
The original introer of the podcast was supposed to be a Make-A-Wish kid, but Glenn pitched such a fit about it that we had to send him home.
That's unbelievably fucked.
Yeah, so we can't read 5-star reviews, but we can just dunk on Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Oh man. So I realized something.
First time.
I have not realized enough things in advance. This one I've caught a little bit early. We never open up the next podcast talking about whatever we said we would at the end of the last one.
I do. That's not on me because you know I'm going to forget, so you shouldn't trust me to do that.
Yeah.
Although we never found out if you ate chicken or not.
Chicken hasn't come yet.
We didn't.
Chicken's it should be
Where is it?
what I say, like it's 2 more weeks, I think. Something like that.
Where is it?
Nikki has it.
We'll find her.
I probably
Get the
could
chicken.
find her. I mean, she works at the same office that I do. Show where's my chicken?
Get the gun.
Yeah, chicken's not ready yet. 2 more weeks on that, and then I should have some hot, steamy chicken to eat during the podcast, which would be great audio. No, so the not last episode, but the one before, I had something to talk about, and the one before that, I also had something else to talk about. So I'm gonna address the first one, which was well, like chronologically.
Our poor listeners have been waiting for episodes.
So I had said that I had got an app to get my finances in order, and then I
You
brushed.
said the name of the app.
I did say the name of
Okay.
the app. It was Truebill, and I was like, Truebill is great. No sooner do I say that I'm using it and it's great, it's not Truebill anymore. So I'm gonna re-shout it out. It is now
No longer sponsored by Truebill.
we're not sponsored by Truebill. Rocket Money.
That's way worse.
Yeah, it's like Rocket Mortgage but cringe. I think it's the same. Like the, it's not the same company.
marketing geniuses.
So it looks cool because they took exactly what the app was and then just changed the color scheme. Got rid of the nice
Whoa.
Truebill blue, and now it's the Rocket Money red. So anyway, Rocket Money's great.
Thanks, Rocket Money, for your 1 cent sponsorship.
Now the other and much more interesting thing, I had said I wanted to talk about my addiction, my devastating, crippling
Is
addiction.
it losing to Wes and 8-Ball? Because we discussed that already.
Yeah, well, I'm addicted to continuing to try, foolishly.
Well, you know, Cameron and getting frustrated.
And the other thing was how I almost ran over my dad with my car for a bit.
For a bit.
Dude,
That does sound like both
dude,
of you.
it was such. I guess I'll start with this. It was such a funny bit idea. So I was
Murder?
coming back up to the house, and he was out there mowing the lawn, which is odd because we come back at the same time, right? So he is never, ever, ever mowing the lawn at the same time that I'm returning. Just never, right? So this was like a weird special occasion. It's like, oh, he's mowing the lawn, I'm showing up in a car. The next piece of the puzzle that was very vitally important is that he was about in the middle of the lawn. So like not at like one edge or the other, right in the middle. And at exactly the time that I was pulling up, he was like butted up against the driveway, turning around, about to go the full length of the lawn. And I
Murder
thought,
time.
how funny would it be if I drove into the lawn and just followed him on the lawn while he was mowing, so that he would turn around and it would just be me in my car parked in the middle of the lawn right behind him. And I'm kicking myself because I didn't do it, because it was like wet and rainy, so like I would have left huge ruts
But
right
you
in
would
the
have
middle.
ruined the lawn.
But dude,
That
just
would have been
thinking about
fucking
what
funny.
could have been. I can't stop. I've been thinking about this like every day, because I think that is so funny. God, just imagine, dude, that you're mowing the
Speaking-
lawn and someone's just up behind you in a car.
Speaking of amazing bits, why don't you tell the class about the ping pong payback?
Yeah,
Ping
so
pong paddle payback.
yeah, so my
Alliteration.
dad, my father, and I,
Mm-hmm.
we play ping pong, right? And we've gotten pretty goated at ping pong. We're swift.
When are you joining the league?
The league's joining us. So, when we got good enough, we were like, okay, obviously our technique is flawless, like all
Right.
professionals. We've just gotten there. We're done.
Yeah.
Only thing we could do left to improve our game would be to get better ping pong paddles. So we look online, we start shopping ping pong paddles, and my dad finds one and he's like, "Oh, this is a good one." And I was like, "Hey, if you buy me that paddle, I'll pay you back, right? That way we can just get them both at the same time, and I don't gotta worry about it." So he does that, and I kind of take my time on paying him back. And I was thinking, what would be the best way to do it, right? Because Venmo, easy. Cash, easy. All
What the poor people do.
that is what poor people do. They pay each other with things. I paid my dad with an experience.
Wait, hold on.
So
Wait a minute.
to clarify, I I went online and I designed and ordered a giant check, and I presented this giant check for $60 for a ping pong paddle to my dad. I got like all dressed up in a suit and tie, and I was like handing him the check. We got a photo, and it's great. And now that check is hanging up in his office, and people comment on it. And the best part about it is that, I mean, it's, it says ping pong paddle for a ping pong paddle, $60, but the background of the check is a giant picture of his face. It's so
Oh,
funny.
that's amazing.
I'll show a picture of it on the
Yeah.
screen for anybody who is watching and not listening. And if you are listening, go find where you can watch it and look at the picture.
Yeah, absolutely fucking goated maneuver.
Yeah. Dude.
That's so awesome. I didn't know it was hanging up in his office. I love that.
Yeah.
What a Chad move. I
Dude,
love
right?
your dad.
Because I don't know. I figured like if I had gotten something like that, I don't think my first thought would have been office. I probably would have like hung it up on the wall, like
Right.
akin to my cow.
Well, your dad is an exhibitionist by nature. He wants people to look at him and see how funny he is.
Like a true sociopath.
Not
That's a callback.
I'm
That's a
crazy.
callback.
Did I mention that? Yeah, no, but that's what I've been recently. I've just been very bit oriented. Everything I'm doing, I'm thinking about, is this a bit? How is it a bit? Can I make it a bit?
Right.
Is it a good bit? What's the bit value of this?
Right. You know what I've always said? My attraction to a person relies almost solely on their ability to commit to a bit. Mm-hmm. I've just if you wimp out, don't look so studious. I think it's
No.
attractive.
okay.
What's wrong with that?
That's not wrong. What you said about how much you're attracted to someone based on their ability to commit to a bit is a lie. Because you will see any goth girl walking down the street and
I'm not
their
saying-
neck will break.
I said almost. Look, I need the personality there, all right? And the personality,
I
to
get-
sum up one's personality, it is their commitment to a bit.
Right.
I mean, that's
So
the
that
only
would-
thing that matters.
Right, like when we terrorized Carter for 12 hours after playing I'm Scared.
Dude, that... Whoa. So
I'll let you recount the story.
I have a younger brother. His name is Carter. Younger brother reveal.
To keep it... I'm not going to say
Dude,
cooter,
so
but
I
I'm going to
did-
say cooter.
I did in the first episode that I edited. I did go back and I did all the replacements every time we were like, change their name with whatever or
Yeah.
especially Wes's Steam name. I will say that was a huge pain in the ass to do, but I think it came out good.
Good work, editor.
Which
Editor, put in a thumbs up for yourself.
here, I'll do it right now.
We're all the editor.
Good job, us.
Actually, I'm not even gonna pretend I don't do shit.
I'm gonna try as soon as possible to get an actual editor because I'm not a video editor. Anybody who watches the videos will be like, "Oh, this was edited by an idiot." So, well, I'm gonna look into trying to get it done professionally.
Yeah. Did you ever end up looking into Fiverr?
Yeah, there's some.
I've got a friend who just started an LLC called Edit Bay 3.
Can I send your friend our podcast?
Let me check with him and see.
Yeah, does he want to edit 2 hours of footage
Yeah.
down to 90 minutes? And
Yeah.
tell him he doesn't have to take out ums. We want every like when you like have you ever had a dream? I want all of that in.
Yeah, I mean, we could like get in a phone call with him.
Yeah. I also want to make sure that he keeps in all the points in which we talk over each other and are not audible because of that.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? We don't do that. We don't talk around each other.
As an editor, I did find out that we do talk over
Wait,
each
you're our
other.
editor?
For now. Wait till I retire.
This
What about that guy we have in the basement? I thought he was our
Let me
editor.
out, because I'm in your basement.
Wait. Quiet.
Oh, there's somebody stomping on my roof.
Implying two independent fucking buildings on top of one another.
I don't know if y'all know what this podcast is. Like this episode right now. This is the last episode that we'll do before they're all put out at the same time. So after this one, we will have, between this week and the next time that we record it, we'll have the 4 main podcasts, and the episode 0 will be out and about.
Oh, yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Which does mean that it's kind of crunch time for me because I got a lot of stuff to do.
And there's no way we could push back that deadline at all.
Nope, never will. 1 week. 12 hours worth of
bare
work.
naked ladies.
1 week.
Let's make sure to give
It's
the
been-
editor as much work as possible.
1 week since you looked at me, tucked you to the side and said I'm angry.
I don't think anything could be more work than the first episode. It was brutal. Like that editor, play my music. Like that was like the joke of the fucking podcast that I could not
You
escape.
realize that's never gonna stop. That's never going to stop.
Well, I'll just start ignoring it. I gotta get better and faster until I can offload this work.
Did you end up seeing that
Yes.
clip of me wiggling my ass
Dude,
at you?
I didn't know what you were talking about because y'all kept saying like weird stuff about like, have you watched the video yet?
I said it one time.
No, but like even in that session, you were like, and there's nothing to. We weren't still recording earlier. Like I don't know. You said some joke about it, and I didn't understand. I just kind of did like my classic nervous laughter because I don't understand what somebody's talking about. And
That must happen to you a lot.
found out later I saw straight up Glen's butthole because he flashed the camera, which you'll all know because it stayed in the video.
Woo! Demonetized episode 0, baby.
Here's a picture of Glen's ass.
Editor, put my asshole right here.
And if you tip him, he'll wink for him.
I'm edging right now. I'm edging the audience.
Stop
Can you
edging
tell?
right now. If we're doing a podcast, can you focus up?
Sorry.
No.
Sometimes it just takes over.
That's messed up, man.
No. Oh, man.
I'm addicted to gambling.
We know. Anyway.
Dude, I just want to gamble, man.
How?
What do you mean?
Casinos. Literally
Like
anything.
CS:GO skins.
Hey, I bet I
No.
can click on the
Loot boxes.
leave call button faster than you.
I want to go to casinos and I want to do online sports betting, and I want to play online.
Okay.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Open Overwatch, spend all of your money on loot boxes.
I don't see how that's a gamble because it's guaranteed you lose value.
Well, this video is sponsored by Blizzard, so
This video
I
is
mean,
not
it's-
sponsored by the worst company in the world. Second only to Nestle.
No, EA.
oh, with Nestle.
Dude, oh, you don't even know. Nestle?
I don't even know.
Nestle's messed up. That is a like slave labor country deposing the people of
Oh my
Africa
God.
with their like plants and destroying ecosystems, and it's
Bro, the
brutal.
Congo
Dude, look up
Congo V2.
yeah, look up Nestle sucks and you will get hella
Dude,
articles.
straight up I'm doing right
Yep.
now.
Dude, that's like that forum board that's called Why Kroger Sucks, and it's literally been ongoing since like 2005.
I'm so sorry. Literally the second link is Nestle sucks. r/fuck Nestle.
Yeah, you go down that rabbit hole. Meanwhile, Wes,
Steal water from other countries and resell it?
dude, they're terrible. They're awful.
Yeah,
Oh.
bottled water is literally tap water. Like, they, we do not care.
Wow.
Wes, I could see you having been the person who started the Kroger is terrible leaderboard.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just really mad after a shift one day, and I just
And you started them.
literally typed into. No, I typed into Google, why does Glen always cut me off before I finish a thought? No, I typed in why. I just typed like Kroger sucks or something. It was like one of the first or second things that came up, and I spent my entire night reading every single post. And some of those guys go into detail. I've been with this company for 8 years, and I can't get 1 week of paid vacation. I'll skim it again, and I'll get the best bits, and I'll bring them to show and tell.
Yeah, hit us with the fanfics.
Yo, speaking of fanfics, I watched Loki, the show.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Yeah. I gotta tell
Connect these.
dude.
Connect these things for me.
Miss Minute's kind of bad though.
Of all the characters, I was not ready for Miss
Dude,
Minutes.
the clock.
I know who Miss Minutes is.
She's so hot.
I don't. I'm Googling.
Dude, Loki, though, in that show, oh my god, that man is so fine. And
Dude,
then
yeah.
the variant Loki, I don't remember her
Sylvie.
name, or was she? Sylvie.
I remember.
Sylvie.
I know her name.
I watched it like 20 months ago.
Yeah, I just watched it like
Damn.
within the week.
Right, so
What
we have
place?
similar memories on the subject.
Damn. True though.
Cameron, you need go.
Okay, all right. It's not really what the clock looks like. It's literally just Tara Strong's
Yeah,
voice.
no, explain.
Dude, her southern drawl is just so attractive.
Yeah, keep going.
That's a reasonable thing to say. Everybody agrees Tara Strong has a
So
has a
Cameron
hot
wants to
voice.
fuck a clock? Is that...
Yeah.
I'll give you an hour of my
Wait,
time.
are you the grandfather clock?
What are you talking about? You're the grandfather clock. You fucking
There's so much
cuckoo head.
going on. Cameron's over here like, I'll give you an hour hand, and Glenn's like, are you a grandfather? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
This is what Glenn was talking about earlier whenever he said we talk around each other, not to each other.
What?
Very funny. Haha bit. Funny bit make me laugh.
You know, the way you're saying that makes me think you're lying.
Why do y'all both got round glasses?
Because they look good. Lick nose. Anyway, 66% bitch.
I didn't say they look bad. I was thinking about this earlier today, and I was like, I can't get round glasses because if I do, then I'm a sheep and I'm following you two.
And you have round head, round ovals on your
Dude, they would
face.
also never look good on me. I can't have thin or small glasses because it shows off that I do look like the rock biter from Neverending Story.
Well, we do. I have the most oblong face in the world, whereas yours is just.
Yeah, like if my head shape could be summed up by a fruit, it would be watermelon.
No, that's me. You're just
Cantaloupe.
orange.
Orange. Damn, is my head that round?
Note on.
It's pretty round.
It's hard to tell because of your beard.
Yeah, I guess my beard makes it seem longer than my hair, but like just my head shape.
Well, your beard makes it seem more round.
I do got a ball for a head. Dude, thank goodness
Should
I'm
go
not bald.
bald.
No, dude, if I go bald, I'm straight testicle.
Bald fucking orange.
At least you have facial hair.
Yeah, the facial hair helps.
If you're bald and you have good facial hair, it's still not. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, well, especially if you're intentionally bald.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of letting yourself go piddly bald, you know?
No, if
Bro,
you start, you gotta
got the
commit.
scraggly hairs. You gotta get rid of it.
When you start looking like Mr. T Lexify, you just
Aw,
gotta
man,
shave
that-
head, dude.
Dude, guy, his hairline's rough, and that's talking with someone with the wicked widow's peak. Like that boy.
Damn,
Oh
you
my
got a
god,
widower's peak. You be out here killing
bro.
people with that knife.
He's the cause of the widow's peak. Oh my god. All right, I have
A topic.
problems. Oh, spine.
What is on your shirt?
I don't know what the fuck
QR
it is.
code.
I thought
Follow
it was
it.
enchantment.
That looks like
Anyway.
a generic graphic for any encryption service.
It's okay. Glenn looks pretty generic.
Damn, is your face encrypted?
Anyway,
Thanks NordVPN
I'm
for
bi-
sponsoring.
Dude, let's just be Glen
It
to
doesn't
Glen
feel
the
so
whole
good.
time.
Doesn't feel good, does it, buddy?
Wait, call me out on
I'm leaving
anything.
the call.
That's what you do.
Yeah, Glenn likes to pout.
He
Parabola.
does.
Hey, you have problems other than your X Games vert ramp hairline?
Damn!
So fucking apartment maintenance people came today because I was like, "Hey yo, my air filter needs to be changed," and they do that. So I'm like, "Sick, do it." And I got what looks like mold above my shower in the ceiling.
Makes
I'm
sense.
like,
Of all the places for it to be.
it looks like mold. I don't really feel like fucking with it in the ceiling. And like in my lease, there's a mold addendum. Like, yo, if it's in the ceiling, let us know. I'm like, all right, I got you. I sent a picture of what the mold I was theorizing, just on the off chance they would misunderstand. So additional information. I have a little bit of water damage in my ceiling, like directly above my shower head. The mold is like the other side, like towards the end of the shower, and it's water damage. Like it's super obvious. It hasn't been getting worse. They must have fixed whatever leak was causing it. It's just whatever. So I come back from work today and I go in the shower and I see the mold's still there. The water damage was painted over. Barely. So you can still see it. You can also still see the mold that is still there.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Their plan for when they found mold was to paint over it.
Or their plan was to wait till you move out and steal your whole deposit.
They have
only like
they have various
$400.
plans.
Dude,
Yeah, landlords are so fucking nefarious.
yeah, I hate landlords.
If you're
They
a
literally
landlord,
don't work and make money.
stop watching.
Watching.
This is
Yeah,
not
fuck
the
you.
podcast
If you
for
own
you.
property, if you have more money than me,
Mountains don't like landlords.
Yep.
nah, but
So
like,
anyway,
you
that
know,
was
if you're a landlord, just give
that
us
was the
problems.
entire story. I'm just bitter. And the fact that you can
That's
still
messed
see the
up.
water damage
Yeah,
below
that's so
the paint. Like they didn't even paint over it well. It's just whatever.
Yeah, that's why,
So-
dude. I can't. The whole idea of living in an apartment where everything that happens in your apartment is kind of like subject to how good they care about taking care of it. I hate that idea.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
there's two different ways to look at it though. Like it's not great, but also if you own a home, it's entirely on you to take care of it.
That's true.
And it's your money as well.
But then you can take care of
Okay,
it
yeah.
right.
That's
But
true.
you also live like directly next to other people. So some things like you what floor is your apartment on? The first?
First, yeah.
Yeah, so it's in your ceiling.
Mhm.
That might not be because of you. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like you can upkeep the home, but somebody else can still fuck you over.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
for example, like a week ago, my one of the apartments in my like building flooded, and I was like walking to work, and this woman, like I was on the second floor, and this woman's like, "Hey, do you know your neighbors upstairs?" And I was like, "No, why?" And she was like, "Oh, because my apartment's flooding." And I was like, "Oh, did you call somebody?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then I fucking
Who do you even call if your apartment is flooding?
there's like an emergency maintenance.
Doesn't sound like they're awesome
For,
at
like-
their job.
Yeah, is this just like through the leasing company? I've never thought about that before.
It I think like they have the leasing company hires people to keep on site Like I know one of the garages is like their office,
That sounds like a lie. No,
and
like the fact that they're on site.
yeah. Well, like I see mine. Like they have a
Mm.
little golf cart that they whip around constantly,
Weird.
but I don't know. I don't trust them. I really because I'm in a similar situation because there's a you can't see it but it's over there. There's an air vent that I looked beside it and I was like, it's a lot of dust coming out the side of my air vent, and I was like, let me inspect it. And then I got up close and it was kind of fuzzy, and I was like,
Did you just go? Give it a
no,
good
you were
sniff?
like, what did it smell like? Because I texted Glen about
Dog,
it, and he was like, and I was like,
I'm not saying what it smelled. I was like, did you smell anything?
no,
Mold
like
stinks. I'm not proposing
Yeah.
you go.
did you smell it?
I'll say I don't think I understand. You had a dusty vent. What of it?
It was like in a spot where dust wasn't inclined to be, because the saying is dust is affected by gravity, mold is not.
That's the saying.
And it's like, yeah, it was literally like on the side of the wall. Do your walls get dusty, Cameron?
Who came up with that saying?
I don't know. That's what I read when I was trying to figure out if it was dust or mold.
That's a weak fucking saying, dude. They could have put some effort into it.
You know what they say? It might be dust if it's slowly falling down because gravity is the thing that affects it. But mold can be growing up on the walls and the ceiling.
That is
Where
not
dust does not
worse
grow.
than the current phrase or saying. It's not worse. It's the same.
Say that 5 times fast.
But anyway.
Yeah, so
And I know
it's
my
coming
air
back.
filter has never been changed. My point is, apartment maintenance people, like, they will not do fucking anything. Because I
Yeah.
feel like there's, like, regular scheduled maintenance that you're supposed to do, like your air filter. I checked my air filter. That shit, I've lived here for, like, 2.5 years now, 3 years. That shit has not been changed, or, like, nobody's contacted me one time. So I don't... Is it my responsibility to, like, check that shit and then be like, hey, get me a new air filter? Because this is my thing. There's some things I would just rather do myself. If
Yeah.
it's gonna take some random dude coming into my fucking home to like literally just, then I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it really is
Yeah.
seconds.
And you can take the air filter out of my rent for
Yeah.
me doing it.
I think air filter is like, I would imagine it's the same kind of thing as like changing a light bulb because it is like you're supposed to change it every few months, which I was like on a whim. I saw it on the thermostat. I was like, I'm gonna see if they do this. They do. That's sick. I don't have to do it. But I think the understanding is that like you're supposed to check it, which is dumb. That should be in the lease. That kind of thing.
It might be, but there's so much information.
I was
in
about
the
to say, if
lease.
it was in the lease, would you know it?
I mean,
Yeah, I
read my
read the lease.
I don't.
Yeah. Cameron, you live at home.
I lived in an apartment.
Your parents make you sign a lease?
I signed a lease because I had an apartment. What are you talking
You've never signed a lease?
about? I am going to sign a lease
Yeah.
with a house, not with an apartment ever again because that sucked.
Yeah. It's trash.
Yeah.
I don't like
I don't know.
throwing the money down the drain. You know?
What do you mean?
Well, like having an apartment, you don't retain anything. At the end of it, you could be in an apartment for 30 years and put, $400 a month into it or whatever for, that whole time. And then all of that money, gone. Nothing. It doesn't exist. Do that for a house, at the end of it, you have that exact value that you put into it. Well, not exact because it changes the value and stuff, but like you have some value left after it. You have an asset of some kind. You just don't have that with an
Okay.
apartment.
Yeah.
You can make the same thing about food. Like you buy
Do
food,
tell.
you enjoy it one time, but you don't keep any of the food you buy because you eat it. It's like a need. It's not something like you can't like tangibly hold on to it forever.
But there's no
I understand what you're saying.
there's no situation in which you could retain value with food like that. So there's not a comparison of like food to something else.
Yeah, because it doesn't retain value. It spoils. Like you can't resell food.
Why are you talking about food?
I see both of your points, but the thing is, like, getting a house, it is a better investment, but
Right.
like
Yeah.
it
Well, because a
takes,
house is like actually considered like an asset.
Yeah.
yeah, but it takes so much to be able to even think about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing with fucking landlords and rent gouging or price gouging, because it pisses me off because like once you're like kind of stuck in the cycle, you can't get out of it
Yeah. No, I
without like
not saying like, oh, everyone should just go buy a house because most people can't do that. I can't do
yeah,
that. I just think apartments suck. That's
yeah.
all. Hot take.
No, I mean, if I could just buy a house, I'd probably do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the idea of home ownership
Yeah.
Mhm.
because like I want to paint my walls and put whatever the fuck up.
Yeah.
What, you don't like your
Beavers.
dreary gray walls that every
Yeah,
apartment in
my-
history has, and
My
my fucking
psych ward
gray,
walls.
yeah, and my fucking gray floor and I love it.
You know what I love? I love every time like if you've stayed with like a leasing company in the same apartment for like more than one lease.
Uh huh.
They're like, we are so happy to have you as a member of our community. Your rent is going up 20%.
Yeah. There's no loyalty.
Yeah.
Not because they want you gone.
Yeah.
Well, they know they can, so they do. And
Well, yeah,
dude,
like
rent
it's like
control needs to be a thing so bad.
I am overpaying for this apartment
Me too.
now. So that's why I will be moving. I did that in the direction of the leasing office.
That was actually at BT.
No, BT's not.
Why not?
BT got moved to the living room because his
Oh,
ass
right.
is so fucking annoying. So basically, hamsters are little freaks. And when they get bored, what they decide to do is climb and bite. And I don't mean like a nibble. Like BT climbs up the walls of his cage, like latches on, and then like his little feral teeth go around the bar, and then he does this. And he literally shakes his whole cage. And the door on the cage isn't like you know, a door in a house, like you can like jiggle it and it makes noise.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with a gate.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! And it's so loud because you'll be like 3 a.m. and you'll wake up, go pee, and then BT's just shaking the shit out of his cage. No matter how, sometimes he'll do it because like normally they're like, so we read about it. It's like, oh, your hamster's bored. I'm like, what the fuck? He's bored. I get it. He lives in a cell all day, basically. So you have to let him out, and even then, sometimes that's not good enough. Because half the time when we let BT out, BT is like separation anxiety, or he's just really dumb, and he's like, oh, movement, and then he's in his ball, and he just rolls over. So if you're in the kitchen trying to cook with him out, he will literally roll into the kitchen and be under your feet at all times. And I've
Kick
kicked
it.
that man across the room so many times. My girlfriend's done it, and it's really fucking funny to see a little hamster just like in his ball, just like spinning around.
I'll say a
But no.
hamster having separation anxiety is
really
hilarious to
funny.
me. Yeah.
It's really
That's
funny.
so funny.
The funny thing is, so I was concerned when we got BT because I have a cat. And what is the natural prey of the cat?
Is it?
Rodents. Rodentia. But the funny thing is like when we had the meeting of the minds, and we put BT in his ball and we had Buster in the same room, BT immediately like walked towards Buster and freaked Buster the fuck out. Buster is scared. It's literally Tom and Jerry. Like,
Alpha move.
so now they've like bonded and they like play. And it's really cute. Because BT will just roll over Buster's feet, roll into Buster, and Buster get pissed off, bat the ball, and then run around and then leave. And then he'll like hide behind something and like pounce. Like he'll get in the and then he'll like do the butt wigglies and then
Yeah.
he'll jump at BT.
Dude, Buster could like just palm the ball and throw it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Really, dude, hold on. I took this picture. I'm gonna send it.
Is it a better
can
picture
see
of
it in your
Buster's
glasses.
thumbs?
Dude, this is the best photograph of how big his grippers are I've ever taken.
Dude, he be having the fucking mid.
Yeah, it's
That
so
boy.
funny every time.
They're bigger in person too. It's insane.
Damn! Dude, Buster's
Like-
grabbing the table.
Holy shit! Bro, he about to flip the table.
Buster
Jesus.
white knuckling the table.
He tells you what
It's-
he's eating tonight.
So we have like a little like plush sushi roll that's like that big. He will literally like be laying on the floor and he'll just scoop it up.
Oh my god. Amazing.
He might be a descendant of an Ernest Hemingway.
An Ernest
So that's
Hemingway
where-
cap. What?
Yeah.
Is that a
because,
type
you
of
know,
Editor,
they
put
had
up a picture of the Ernest Hemingway cat.
Ernest Heming.
You got it?
Ernest Hemingway had a bunch of cats on his estate or whatever, and they were polydactyls, so they had the thumbs, extra fingers. And that's where the majority, if I'm not mistaken, of polydactyl cats in the United States come from.
Damn, they got the Tums.
Another fun fact about polydactyls is that they were preferred by sailors on ships because they are especially adept at catching mice.
They can actually grab the mouse.
Yeah.
Bro, they can get two
There-
at one time.
There were cats that survived ships sinking.
That's so badass.
Ship is sinking and then like a cat's hand over the rail.
But no, like,
Dude, thinking of
Pretty cool.
fucking Buster with his thumbs. I enjoy it so
Sparks
much.
joy.
He's got hands.
Fucking love Buster.
yeah, you guys can continue the conversation, but I'll provide more Buster hand content.
I don't think we will.
Have you ever thought
No.
about getting along without opposable thumbs?
Yes.
Occasionally.
Getting him made me think about it. Because, like, it wouldn't be, like... Do you still get... Okay, we have to put some parameters.
Got
Do
it.
you still get the digits?
Yeah, you have everything
Or
but
are-
thumbs.
You just have
Okay.
stumps.
So you can still, like...
Yeah. Dude, that's that's what I'm talking about. You can just grab stuff. Dude, animals are just trash.
Water.
We figured it out.
We can make tools.
Dude, imagine surgery, though. Holy shit, that'd be so hard.
Ayo, let me in there.
I think surgery would just have to suffer until we got better at robots.
Okay, so this is assuming we can't just evolve to have fingers again or opposable thumbs again.
No.
Yeah, but that would take too long.
Yeah,
Robots
it took
would
us
take
long enough
so
to
less
get rid of
time.
our sixth finger.
Well, I mean, with natural selection,
I still have
That
mine.
no, that's a thing. I swear I'm not just talking out of my ass. Hold on.
like natural selection would just like we would just evolve to have fingers, just like polydactyl cats. It would just
Counterpoint.
happen. No,
No, we wouldn't.
you're
Wouldn't need
so
'em.
right.
Because our brains are bigger.
Need them.
I think
You're right.
it was something like 6 digits on hands and feet and stuff were just more common maybe back in the day. I swear it's a recessive trait that
I'm-
every human being has.
I'm willing to believe you. I'm also willing to not believe you.
I don't know the science and I'm not willing to look it up right now. As
In
I
that
found
case,
out.
I will sit at ignorance.
Stay neutral and pretend like I didn't bring this up. And that'll be the bait for next week's podcast. Don't look it up
Dude,
in the
I'll
week
know.
that you'll have to wait.
I'll know if you do.
Yeah.
Nobody
I'll
look it up.
Please,
I'll look up
please,
that
we need
cat
this.
that survived, like, I don't know, I think it was in, like, World War One. And that cat was just fucking on the ship. And that cat ruled.
We're all
It
just
survived the
full
ship.
of just hard facts, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hard facts and softer also.
Yeah, I was about to say soft serve facts.
We got the ice cream of facts.
Yeah. Like, you know, like you open a Snapple.
I'm so fucking tired of you.
My apologies.
No, you
He's
don't
not sorry.
apologize.
I would never
Look at his
apologize.
shit-eating grin. He is not
Damn, that
sorry
dude
at
eats
all.
so much shit.
It's yummy.
Let me cosplay as you. But shit.
It's just like that video. I would like peas, please. Fucking.
You when I see shit.
All right, we've really gone off
Yeah,
into an area I'm not comfortable with.
I can bring it back if you want, or I'm down to
You're
open
right,
the
you're right.
floor.
Sniff
Oh,
this Sharpie.
Open the floor. Didn't
Just like I open my legs.
See, if we did any of what you do to us, you would feel so bad a lot of the time.
Me?
Yeah, with your shit jokes.
Dude,
That's right. Bring that parabola
Glenn,
back. That's what I like to see.
this is your brain.
This is your brain on redstone.
Copper, redstone. Copper. Iron?
That's a cool thing you got.
I have so much Minecraft
I don't get
paraphernalia.
it. Okay.
This exists inside that big ass forehead. See, look, it's even about the right size.
Damn, Glenn, what you thinking about?
Damn, my head's bigger than that.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
man, thinks so much.
That's why my head is so big.
I
Full of thoughts.
have a story to tell.
Oh no.
It's everyone's favorite thing to hear about.
Don't say blood.
No, if it was blood, there would be no lead up to it. Not like this. The next time I hit you with it, you are going to be so unsuspecting. It won't be fair.
I'm always suspecting, though, is the thing.
Dude, but
Every
every
time
time
you
I've
open your
gotten you, it's
fucking
when you're
stupid
not
little mouth.
suspecting it. Dude, I keep innovating it. All right, so I'll talk about
Unexpect the
this.
expected.
I have O negative blood, which, for those who do not know, is the universal donor of blood. It's also a more uncommon blood type than others. Not the rarest, but more
Yeah.
uncommon.
What is the rarest?
It's like AB negative, I think.
Fuck.
Well, and then there's also the weird one that's like RH God blood or whatever it is.
Royal Air Force or whatever.
Yeah, because air starts with H.
RAF.
Anyway,
My blood type is O positive.
the universal receiver, also known as the most common and least
It's
useful
appropriate.
blood type.
It's
So,
not
Cameron,
the
you're
most
the
common.
giver.
It's one of the most common. Maybe it's not the. I really am very unfamiliar with the A's and B's.
Well, yeah, because you have A, B, and then you add a charge
Yeah.
to it.
But I have O negative blood, widely regarded the best blood readily available to the population, on account of the fact that it could go to anyone. Another thing about my very special blood, I lack the antibodies for the cytomegalovirus, meaning I have never had it in my life, and therefore am not a carrier of it, because you're only susceptible to it when you are an infant or like very young, right? So, because my blood has never come into contact with the cytomegalovirus,
Say it
it
again.
can be donated to pregnant women and infants, because those are the people who would be susceptible.
So what?
The cytomegalovirus,
Thank you.
or CMV for short, as we in the industry call it.
Yeah.
So,
Blood industry.
not only do I have the universal blood type, but I've also got the blood that can be donated to infant children, meaning that nobody can't have my blood.
Very roundabout way to say that.
Yeah. So anyway, I saved loads of lives, many young ones at that. And I get frequent emails and text messages from the CEO of blood company that say, we need your blood. We need it wicked bad. And if you come in, we'll give you hoodies and shirts. Most people don't get those offers, but I do.
Do they also give you the ability to talk about it every other day?
They do. Every time
That's
I get
crazy.
an email, I unlock the ability to talk about it again, which is very exciting. Anyway, the
no
point
matter
is-
what, it's always the sleeper topic. That's always like there's a layer of fear with every conversation I have with Cameron because it could always devolve into that subject.
Glenn is extremely tired of hearing me go on and on and on about how great
It has
my
been
blood is.
years of at least once a month it coming up.
And so I
Cameron, because I'm interested because you have O
Don't gauge,
negative.
correct the universal donor.
I have O positive.
Yeah.
Both of our blood has saved babies.
So you
So
therefore
66% of people in this call have saved lives.
and 33% of us have neither saved lives nor cared about
Okay.
babies nor
Counterpoint.
Cared about pregnant women
No,
or
no,
cared about
no,
people
no.
who need
Glenn, why do you
transfusions.
hate
I'm
pregnant
gonna start.
women?
I'm gonna start flexing.
what do you why?
The drug I made at my
Oh,
last job
yup.
cured a type of cancer, bitch. Doesn't count though.
Unproven.
You're right.
No. True.
True. They just give it to people. And they're like,
As you can see, we are all altruist.
Most
I'm
of
kind
us.
of an empath.
What's the opposite of an empath?
Dempath.
I'm a dempath.
So glad you said it.
You really took him at face value for that way too fast.
I know it's not the opposite of empath. I assume
sure?
the opposite of empath is just not an empath.
I mean, sadist if you're going full opposite.
That's maybe the opposite of altruism. Empathy is just feeling what other people feel. And I'm 100% certain about this.
So it'd be like psychopath.
No.
That's
Right?
that's not feeling what other people feel. Like you don't give a fuck.
I feel like there's more to it than that. It can't be the opposite.
All right, hold up.
Opposite.
This is we live in the age of information. Boys.
I don't know enough to speak on it.
You haven't known enough about anything we've talked about today. We haven't
Apathy.
Apathy is the.
Apathy is the antonym.
Oh
to-
yeah, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Empathy is defined as the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Apathy is defined as a lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern.
We might have some of that.
Girl, I got depression.
So there was the thing I was going to talk about.
Oh yeah. Before we went on the
Yes, everyone's favorite thing to talk about. Which
What?
is, speaking of that, no, everyone's favorite thing to talk about, and more importantly, their favorite thing to hear other people talk about is dreams. No one loves anything more than someone going, "Hey, you want to listen to this 10-minute dream that I had? You want to listen to me talk about this for as long as it happened?"
I'm about to be percent ruled again, but I love it because it's like, damn, you just let me into a little window into your fucked up brain. I love it. I love
Am
it.
I
I
the
love wasting
minority here?
time on the.
Glenn, what do you?
No, Glenn's apathetic, so he doesn't give a fuck. Look at him. There
He doesn't
is.
know enough about this topic to weigh in here.
Glenn has never had a dream.
So, but what do you think?
I think dreams are interesting. It breaches topics because I hate long-winded people, but dreams are interesting.
Well, then you'll hate this. The next
Here
hour,
we go.
me talking about this dream.
Very topical of me to say I hate long-winded people. We're literally hosting a podcast.
Also, it wasn't just one dream, but two.
Ooh.
Damn, I really hate
Same
this guy.
setting.
No,
Different
very,
dreams?
very different settings.
Was I in them?
Oh, ooh.
Because I really want you to like hurry up so that way I can tell the story of the dream I had with you specifically in it, Cameron.
All right. I'll
Okay.
speed run this. So, let me give you the setting of the dream. Right, there's a lake. It's kind of a long stretch of lake. All right,
Okay.
and
Okay.
there's like a U of land that goes around.
Would you
the
say
lake.
it was
A
great
peninsula,
lake?
perhaps?
It was a
perhaps?
mediocre lake at best. It wasn't that big of a
Okay.
lake because you could swim across it
So-
like easily.
It wasn't
So a
superior
minor
lake.
lake.
It was a very minor lake because it took like, because I swam across this lake naturally. It took like,
Right.
I don't know, it was like 20 seconds to get across, right? So it's not a big lake, right? Anyway,
Okay.
Okay.
so that's the physical world that we're in.
Right.
The concept of this
All
world
lake.
is kind of like, it's a weird sort of dystopian sort of Hunger Games kind of thing.
Okay.
Except, I mean, there's like a lot of people here. The people like live, like there's like tents and like
On the
small
lake.
houses, and there's some buildings around. All right. So it's like a
Okay.
weird dystopian Hunger Games type situation, but people don't really fight each other. They more just try to survive. There is a dinosaur, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and there is also a mosasaur, the underwater one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one of those in that lake.
We're actually just playing Ark Survival.
Yeah. Well, okay, but all right. So here's the thing, right? So it's nighttime, and we have to swim across the lake. One of the members of our party gets eaten by the mosasaur, We had to swim across the lake because the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Anyway, we get to the other side, and when we get to the other side, it's like everything that was a problem stops being a problem for that period of time.
Right.
And it's a huge like paradigm shift from like us running and surviving to now everybody is filing into line at a bank because in the bank everybody has a locker, and in your locker the only thing that's in there is a ticket, like a train ticket. The train ticket it's a square for some reason. It's not a rectangle.
Okay.
All right. So your train ticket is kind of like a patch, like that kind of texture, and it's got a symbol.
Like a merit badge.
Yeah, like a merit badge patch. So the symbol is both scannable and nothing else. It's scannable. You can scan
QR
it.
code.
It's kind of like a QR code, but it was a lot more rounded, not a lot of pixels, right? Anyway,
QR code.
I've actually been messing with QR codes a lot recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's where my brain got it. But anyway, so everybody has like a patch QR code. And so the thing is that in this dystopian world, every now and then, in apparently very long intervals, a train will show up. And the train has 3 cars. And each car has assigned people. People will be allowed or not allowed to get onto the train on one of the 3 cars.
Snowpiercer.
It's exactly like Snowpiercer. In that,
Yeah, that's what I was
There's a
thinking.
train.
Yeah, what do you get on the fucking Polar Express?
So, speaking of, because that comes up, the Polar Express is the reason why this ends up being funny to me. So there's this train, and I go up to the backmost car number,
the caboose.
yeah, which was called car number 1, but it was the back of the train. And I went up to the guy, and this was actually before everybody got their ticket. But I talked to the guy, and I was like,
Priority boarding.
I said, can I go? Can I get on the train? Because I was actually the first in line. And he was like, yes. And I said, really? And he said, no. I dreamt of the train guy pranking me and like saying, like, no, you have to stay at this hellscape longer. And it's
Did
like,
he look like me? Because that sounds like a me thing to do.
he did not look like you. But I think that you might have been in the stream because there was a lot of people that I knew who were like also kind of around. But so I was not allowed on train car number 1.
Okay.
And then everybody got in line, got their tickets, which we didn't need for the first one, but I guess we all remember like, oh, let's get them for the second one. So I go to the second train car and I give him my ticket and he looks at it and he punches it. And I'm like, oh, so I can get on. He was like, no, no, you can't get on. He hands it back to me. And it's like, oh, okay. And I'm in like kind of a good mood about this whole thing. Like I should be like really upset because this is like the apocalypse and all these people are going to get to escape
and
and
there's
not
a
me.
T-Rex across the lake.
Well, he was there. I don't know what's going on with him anymore.
He's coming.
But so I don't get on the train car number 2, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll go to train car number 3. And train car number 3 is an old woman sitting at a table playing Magic the Gathering. And intermittently, she will stop and check somebody's ticket. And so I get up to the line, and I go to like hand her my ticket, and she starts drawing on it with a Sharpie, like tracing this symbol. And I'm like, oh, maybe this is good. Maybe this is where she finds out like, oh yeah, you can get on the train. And then she just hands it back to me and she's like, put this in your pocket. So I put it in my pocket. And then there's a dude who like the regular line split off to the side. And this dude in the second line, which there wasn't supposed to be one, hands her the ticket. And she was like, you can get on. And I was like, wait a fucking minute. That was supposed to be me. I just went and you didn't process me. I'm just sitting here like a chump. And then she was like, all right, fine. Well, hand me your ticket then. And I go to my pocket and I can't find my ticket. And I was like, where's my ticket? And I'm wearing a hoodie, right? And I shove my hands into it. And then lo and behold, out of the corner of the hoodie, my finger pokes out the bottom of it. Like there's a hole in it. Just like in Polar Express, he lost his ticket because there was a hole in his pocket. And I, standing in this line to escape the apocalypse, started shouting to everyone. I was like, it's just like Polar Express. My finger went through my ticket's gone. It fell out of my pants. It's just like the Polar Express. You remember in Polar Express when he loses his ticket? And I'm like grabbing people and I'm shaking. I'm telling them, like, it's just like Polar Express. And I'm like going crazy. And I'm super excited about it. I'm like, this is so hype that this is how I lost my ticket and can't get on the train now.
Most ambitious crossover.
I don't know why I was so excited that it was the Polar Express, but I was really, really excited about it.
That's actually a great segue into our sponsored advertisement for the day. What's up, guys? Today's episode is sponsored by the Polar Express.
But
Get on
only
it.
in German. Take it away, Wes.
God, you don't need to remind me of that experience. Oh my! How did
reminded.
the dream end? Was the dream just like the?
So
Wait,
it did
hold on.
keep going. Beyond that point, I left there and I went back to the first car. And for some reason, because the third lady had filled in my ticket, it's like I could have been on the train. But somebody behind me, who is somebody I know in real life, they had apparently been there for like forever, like years. And I just gave them my ticket and they got on the train. And then I went and started partying with people. We went and hung out in a miner's shack, which was well known to be the
Whoa.
best pizza place in this
Whoa.
apocalypse.
Hold on. Where?
And all the children made really good pizza.
Pizza.
And then it kind of pilled out from there. We kind of bounced around from party to party.
Did you rock with the T-Rex?
The T-Rex was gone, dude. The T-Rex
Yeah.
showed up just long enough to get me to swim across the lake.
Yeah.
Just
was
in
the
time. for
T-Rex
the show.
was Deus Ex Machina
my
to get the rest of the dream to happen.
well, he has to be on the other side of the lake for this nonsense.
There's no other
Tyrannosaurus
reason someone could want to swim across a lake.
There was no other reason. Well, because nobody wanted to swim across the lake because we all knew there was a mosasaur in it.
It would be pretty lame if there was a guy on the other side going, swim across the lake.
Yeah.
That's way less fun.
It was a bigger guy with a bigger gun, but his guns were teeth.
But
and he was
shorter
an animal.
arms.
Smaller, short arms, big,
Little stupid,
meaty,
dumb little
muscly
brain inside his big,
legs,
giant,
big
smelly,
mouth,
big, scaly,
big
reptilian
knife-like
yet bird-like
teeth gonna eat you
skull with a
up. And he
head
said, "Get
willing to eat
across
you
that lake,
and grab you with his
or
short,
else
stubby,
I'll
little
really-
skinny,
I'm gonna give it
gross,
to you
little
with my
scrinkly,
big mouth
scrawny
and teeth.
arms and
My tiny
tiny
eyes are
little,
gonna look
gross
at you,
little hands,
and
my
I'm gonna
giant
step on you with
fucking
my big foot, and I'm
snout,
gonna hit
and
you
my
over with
giant
my
feet with my giant tail.
Did you guys get it all out of your system?
Yeah.
As soon as I looked at Wes and like I saw your face, I just started losing it.
Oh,
That's an epic dream, though.
Yeah, dude,
I
that's how
fuck with that
that's how
dream.
all my dreams
Epic
are.
Games?
All my
Epic
dreams are
Fortnite?
epic games.
No, I. The way
Today's
you
episode is
guys
sponsored
think
by word
is so
association.
abstract. Your neurons do not fire normally.
It actually
Why-
is just word association. That's
My
it.
neurons are a Sudoku, bro.
Dog, you have two neurons and they bounce back and forth.
Between blood and dreams.
Yeah, your neurons are binary. Okay, so that's. You always have epic dreams.
Yes.
I'll tell you about the most epic dream I ever had, and you, Cameron, were in it.
Oh,
So literally this dream starts with us in a blacked out van driving. You and I are in all black and we're screwing suppressors onto pistols.
dude, yes, it's heist time.
Wait,
No. This
I know this
is
one.
this that dream? I think I know this one too.
okay, so we like slide the door open and we're at this really nice house. Like it's not like quite like a mansion, but it's a really nice house. And we both like, we pick the lock in the door and we go in and we're clearing all the corners. And there's like this big central stairway. And we go all the way up to the top. I'm behind you. Like I'm watching your six and everything. And then we get into the bedroom. We get into the bedroom and we slowly push the door open. And we walk up to the guy in the bed, and it's somebody that we knew from our scout troop. He was a total asshole. He was one of the kids. Yeah. Mr. Scoots in the bed. And he sits up in the bed. Cameron and I have our guns trained on him. And then he's just looking at Cameron and he's like, "You guys are gonna kill an innocent man." And then Cameron goes, "Too bad you're not innocent." Puts a pillow over his head and just empties his clip. Just like, and so then we're like, we got to get out of here. We jump out of the window, you disappear, and I land in pirate garb on a pirate ship, and I start sword fighting people.
Yes.
Damn, dude, that's awesome.
Do you know what sucks? I was like, this is so fucking cool, and I woke up.
Oh, yeah, that's always how it happens.
Over like that.
Dude.
So my dreams are like that,
Mm-hmm.
or oh my god, I had this it was a nightmare. So I had this dream. It was so fucked. Like, I woke up in the dream in my bed, and someone was shaking the shit out of my door. And they're like, I'm gonna come in there, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm going to fucking kill you. So I literally, I have a
Goot
firearm.
and Cameron at the door.
This is how the next Quentin Tarantino movie starts.
No, and so, I say, if you come to that door, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And the guy, I'm in my living room, and I'm kind of, off to the side and on a corner. And the guy breaks the door down, and immediately, I had no hesitation, just pop him in the head. And then I walk over, and I just look at him, twitching lifeless on the ground. I woke up at that moment, covered in sweat, I thought I actually, it felt so real. I also have dreams a lot where, I'm involved, I am a target in a mass shooting. I had one that was at a hotel.
America moment.
But I don't know. That shit was crazy, though.
Oh, yeah,
You
That's-
told me about a lot of your nightmares, and some of them are rough.
Yeah, dude, my nightmares are fucked. I
Yeah.
had a nightmare one time. I was stuck in a Starbucks drive-thru
That is a pretty
for
bad
48 hours in this fucking dream. And I get to the fucking window,
And it's
for
Glen.
the life of me,
Wearing his
no,
Whoa Nitro shirt.
no, it's worse. I get to the window and I didn't know what I want.
No,
Damn.
you're the bad guy.
I literally could not get it out.
Dude.
I literally went up to the window and I was like, one drink, please.
And then I pulled
And
out
they're
my
like-
gun and shot you.
dude, I don't know what it is.
Actually, drive-through is kind of a ball in purgatory.
Yeah.
It's not the worst, but it's like limbo.
Mm-hmm.
You're just
Right.
kind of stuck there, and you're not necessarily always unhappy, but you're certainly not happy.
Right.
I love the idea of a purgatory where, you're in the drive-thru and, either you can't remember what you're trying to order or, you can't spit it out right, or every time you pick something, after, forever, an hour, you finally pick something, all right, let me get this, and they're like, we don't have that anymore, pick something else. Because that
Or-
feeling, when
Yeah.
you are reeling and you are dealing with those feelings is rough.
When's your
Bars,
SoundCloud
I rhymed
dropping?
feelings with other words and then
You
brought it back to
rhymed?
feelings.
I
Do you guys have nightmares about your job?
No.
Sometimes. I don't stress about my current job as much as I stress about my last job, which was physically, mentally, ergonomically taxing. I would dream about that place a lot.
My job holds no places in my dreams and never has.
That's so interesting.
You have a very, like Wes was saying, binary mind, though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the moment you leave work, you're like, all right,
Yeah.
what's...
I'm not at work anymore.
Yeah. And it's like work is just out the door in your mind.
That is very much the case, and it's very much the way I want it to be. At least with the kinds of jobs I'm working now.
Well, that's why you're suited for a 9 to 5-ish schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas I'm very grateful for the flexibility I've been given at my current job because
Yeah.
I don't have it's still Monday to Friday and all that, which isn't my favorite, but I can still kind of influence when I work.
Yeah. I do. I like the sort of flexibility of your schedule.
He's just leaving.
The thing is that I know if I had a schedule with that kind of flexibility,
11 to 7, baby.
I would abuse it, and that would be a
Yeah.
problem.
Oh, I would abuse it too. Monday, Tuesday, I'd be done with my hours.
Yeah, they do have you're expected to be there 5 days a week, but it's they say you're not supposed to work and then leave early Friday every week, but it's no one gives a shit. So it's I'll just get
Yeah,
overtime
that's-
the first few days.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
would work fucking 36 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And
I
then just come in for an hour.
yeah. Dude, it's working getting up. My thought is I'm going to be unhappy no matter when I get up and have to go to work. So I might as well get up earlier and go to work at 7:30 and then leave at 4 rather
Yeah.
than get there at 9 and leave at 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I wanted to talk about. So my schedule changed because I used to work 9 to 6. Now I work 5 to 2.
Yeah. That's a good
Dude.
shift.
It is a great shift.
Yeah.
Because basically, by the time I'm fully awake, my shift is over.
Yeah.
You just kind of get a day.
Yeah, but okay, so this is what I found. I found it is so much easier, even off 4 or 3 hours of sleep, to out my alarm will go off. I'll get out of the bed immediately.
Yeah.
There is no
Yeah.
I'm up at 4:30. I don't know if it's just perfectly in tune with my circadian rhythm, but it's just so much easier for me to actually get to work on time.
Yeah, and like for me, like if I work at 9, I'm still gonna wake up like I'm not gonna sleep up till I need to leave, obviously.
Hmm.
And like
Yeah.
like back when I was working at Papa Murphy's and shit, I'd work at like 3 on like a weekend or something like that. All I'm gonna do is just sit at home and think about work all fucking day and then go
Right.
work. So
Right.
like I working on the earlier side always suits me better. Like when there were a handful of shifts I had to work at Starbucks where I'd open and open is like 5. So I get there at 4 and it's 4 to 12, dude. I mean, getting up that early fucking sucks, but getting off at noon after 8 hours, damn, it's pretty
It feels
sexy.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also love like because like when I'm going to work, it's like nearly 5 o'clock,
yeah,
and that's like the night owls have finally turned in.
yeah.
Like
Dude, traffic is
there's
so great
not
earlier.
a soul. Everything is so peaceful that
Yeah,
early in the morning, and
yeah.
it's so pleasant.
I get to watch the sunrise most mornings, and it's really nice.
I used to like that whenever, like, if I'd have to get up really early for an exam or something,
Hmm.
and I'd be out like super late, or if I was just up at degenerate hours at like 4 in the morning, and
Yeah,
going out and there just being nobody around. I
that's so
love
nice.
that.
Yeah, back at when I was in school and like I'd just go out walking on campus,
Hmm.
which like given the fact that I'm a man, it's less risky.
Yeah, right.
um, but just like walking out alone at night on campus is just such a nice feeling, and just like listening to music and stuff, it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's so. There's just a peace, man. It's
Yeah,
so tranquil.
yeah,
It's fucking great. Get up earlier.
Yeah.
yeah, you little freak.
Sleeping in late really does take away so much of your day.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if I'm like you guys are like me. I think Glenn is probably more than you, Cameron.
Hmm.
But like if I like on my like yesterday, so I have two Tuesdays and Wednesdays for my days off.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything and I'll just laze in bed
Yeah.
Hmm.
and then like by the afternoon, like I still have so much time if I need to do shit, but
Right.
I just feel so guilty and so lazy. Like I'll beat myself up so much because I feel like it's noon.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I
You've
completely get
wasted the
that.
whole day. The whole day is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done. What are you doing? What have you done? Nothing.
Yeah.
I
No, I get that.
definitely do that on occasion, but more often than not, my weekend days are already spoken for as far as what I'm doing. So usually I'm already up and about doing that stuff.
Mhm.
Or Sundays are not usually that way. So it's kind of if I get up on a Sunday or not, usually I'm up at like 11, which for me, it's like, I mean, that's sleeping in for an average person, but for me, that's like plenty early enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to be fiends.
Dude,
Like,
I could
we
sleep
used
till
to
5 p.m.
Insane. The longest I slept was like until noon ish, and I was going through it. Like I have to be like my body has to be in fucking ruins for me to sleep
See,
past like 10.
that's so wild to me.
Yeah, like most
I
weekend.
totally get it, Glenn. I totally get it.
Yeah, like on weekends, like I'll wake up naturally around like 8 or 9, and it's like if it's before 9, I'll probably be like, oh, I'll just go back to sleep. If it's after 9, I'm like, mm. And it's like I will still be tired probably, but I'll feel bad if I try and go back to sleep.
Right.
Just get up.
I physically can't go back to sleep.
It depends for me. Sometimes I can,
Like,
but most of the time
I
I
have
can't.
envied Cameron for as long as I have known him because he will just be like, I'm going to sleep. And then do it. And I'm not wired that way at all.
Yeah.
My body has to want it and my brain has to want it. And if both of those aren't on the same page, I'm not going to sleep.
Well, you know what? It's different for me when people are around, though. When people are around in any capacity, if I get in the bed, I will fall asleep almost immediately. If no one's around, then I'm more that way. It's like sometimes it's not gonna happen, and I'll just be sitting there bored, and it's like, all right, I'll just do something else, and I'll get on my phone for like 2 hours.
Right.
But if people are around, I'll fall asleep immediately.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Probably
I'm the
because
opposite.
being social kind of is more taxing.
I guess.
Because, like, you have to think more about, like, okay, because I have a theory. So, like, one of my favorite, like, insomnia things when I can't sleep, I will watch, like, Follow the Light ASMR.
Yeah.
Because it will literally make your eyes tired. And then you'll want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But I totally get it because, like, I do nothing, like, it's physical. Like, if I just, like, talk to people, play video games or whatever.
Mhm.
And, like, it's, like, sometimes I hang out with people who, like, I work with.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, like, we have been around each other so much that it's just, like, we coexist. Like, it's not taxing to deal with any of you.
Yeah.
So it's like when you have to like think about it, and because like social anxiety and like how like we kind of talked about last time about how you're thinking of like every possible outcome and like how everybody's feeling.
Right.
It's kind of like that's like your CPU
Maxed out, gets fried.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's just tired.
I think that's the main reason why I don't usually struggle with like falling asleep, because like, not that you guys don't have anxiety or anything, but it's like my brain is constantly going at Mach 8, and like by the time I'm going to bed, I'm like, dude,
Give it up.
yeah, it's exhausting
yeah.
being as high plane of thinking as me.
See,
I see outcomes you can't even comprehend.
I used to be like that. I used to be very like in tune with everything going on all the time, and I would kind of pride myself on that, on like my high awareness of everything. But the problem was is like since I was focusing on everything and seeing everything, that just takes such a toll on your mental. So I just stopped doing that. I've started leaning into like getting older and being slower and being dumber.
Yeah, P.
So I've found this out whenever I was editing, when I do cuts, and like the flow is so weird.
No, Glenn goes, I have to pee. And he was looking for validation to go piss girl. And you just started like going off. And he just went,
Well, I heard silence. If you want to go pee, I could fill for a second.
oh yeah, Phil.
Aw. Bye.
How he's really going?
Bye. Little fucking piss
Yeah.
baby,
So
little fucking
this
piss
is.
baby.
I'll just say again, I'm not an editor. I really am not good at it, and I don't want to do it professionally. So
It's so much work. Like,
It is.
do you remember when we like recorded a podcast? It was like 3.5 hours long, and I was like, I'll record it and then I'll edit it. I got through like an hour of like zooming in and like cutting and cropping, and I was just like, I am sick of hearing us talk, because you have to go back and rewatch the entire thing.
Yeah.
Like you can't. There's no way to speed run it if you want to do a good job.
Yeah.
You have to. You're re-consuming the content you just made.
Yeah.
And it is so fucking draining. And it's not like, like you're editing a montage or something.
No.
Where you're like, how can I make this creative? Like, what can I do to make it
That's
look
why
good?
we've got to stop doing the bits like put this in, put that in, because doing that instantly makes it. I'm editing a YouTube video, not a podcast.
I do it because I know it's going to annoy you. I have no actual, like, desire. Unless I'm like, oh, this is, like, an idea. I'm not going to ever be like, editor,
Look at this cool effect. Make the screen transition to this.
all right, here's what I want to happen. I want a green screen of Joe Rogan looking confused in the corner right here. And then I want everything to do a slideshow fade and then come back. And then it's going to be the video of that emoji going, ah! and disintegrating. Like, that's just too much. It takes too long. It's tiring.
Do you know that one of Joe Rogan's earlier sponsors was Fleshlight, the brand?
You're lying to me.
I'm not. Not at all.
That's awesome. I would love to be sponsored by them. I would love to be sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Is that another like sex toy company?
Well, yeah, they're like a distributor. They sell a bunch of shit. But I don't care.
Dude, I'll shill anything.
Money, please. What do you want?
I would be a shill. I can't say that I am because I have nothing to shill, but I would do it.
I mean, I wouldn't. There's some things like I definitely wouldn't, like Nestle.
Well, okay, yeah, but there are some companies that I would literally say go shove a fucking dick in your butthole and mouth.
Dude, when and where?
No, we're talking about Nestle. You can't get excited.
I can't get it.
Dude, every time
Suckling on the teat of your water bottle.
I want a water bottle like that with a straw.
Hey, so you know who has the ability to do that and also spends a lot of fucking money on stupid shit?
It might be me.
Buys personalized giant check with face of dad in background for $60.
That is
Nah. Oh, wait. So how much was the check? How much did the
$60.
check
Oh.
cost you?
it was
How
like,
much did it cost to make?
It was
What's
like
your return on
Isn't
investment?
it like a couple $100 usually?
no, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Probably for a bigger giant, like a giant check, because
Yeah.
it's a big check, but I wouldn't.
Right.
It's not like the one you always see. It was like, I want to say it was like $40, and
Oh,
you
that's
don't
not
have
that bad.
and you don't funnel the $60 into it or anything. It's like
Yeah.
a check.
You're right.
So it was
Right.
$40 for me to hand that to him, and then I never actually paid him for the paddle. So yeah, I saved $20 by giving him a giant
Okay,
check.
because I was gonna
I
ask.
feel like that's worth
So like,
though.
when you go to bigcheckcompany.com, do you give them like your routing information and shit?
I feel like
so
you
it's
can.
a real fat
Okay.
check. Like it's
I looked into this because I wanted to know the answer as well. And this is what I found out about giant checks. First of all, anything in the world can function as a check. Anything.
like a bar napkin.
A bar napkin. You could write in Sharpie on that chair and hand it to somebody as a check, right?
Let's
Anything
not
can be
write in
used as a check.
any. No Sharpies and chairs in your house. That was catastrophic.
I could write all the information on my back and then lean against the couch, and then the couch could be used as a check.
Yeah, and then the check could be cashed for your casket and funeral. Because
So the thing that sucks about it is that if you have a giant check, and if you, like, usually people don't put all the routing information and all that kind of stuff on the front of the check. Usually they hand you the giant check, which is just a physical PNG, and then they give you an actual
Right.
check. But if they wanted to, they can write on the back just the information that you need, and so it still looks great, but then it's cashable. But what sucks,
okay.
you take it to a bank, you hand them the giant check, all they do is they write down the information that was on it onto something more usable, and then they destroy it. Dude, which is
What a
so
waste.
lame. I'm thinking, like, look, if it's a giant check, there's a story and there's a reason that it exists, and for it to just
Yeah.
be taken to a bank,
right,
and
it's
destroyed.
memorabilia.
At least
Yeah.
just like mark it out or something so it can't be used again, and then give it back.
Yeah, I feel like you can
Yeah,
void it.
well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about
Also,
checks.
once it's put in the bank, you can't go and. I don't know. I don't know enough
Yeah.
about checks either. Damn.
Also, Cameron, everything in your room is the same color, including your skin.
Yeah, it looks like you're in the back room.
Yeah, like the lighting is not doing your room justice.
Yeah,
Brad?
no, you're right.
The gray, the gray blanket,
Uh-huh.
your bed frame, your hair, the wall, the lampshade,
Cameron.
all the same color.
Your room a color palette, bro.
I wonder. I'm gonna try turning off my overhead light and see if that makes it any better.
You could turn on that light that changed your shirt from blue to purple.
He used to do what I used to do, where I had my PlayStation, like my TV behind my computer, and have my just PlayStation home screen up because
Yeah.
because like, dude, the Journey theme was like the perfect lighting for just my face. But then intermittently, I'd have to turn my PlayStation back on because it would turn itself off for power save settings.
Is this better? It feels like the light is now just harsher on my face.
It is harsher. It wasn't like bad. I was just poking.
Well,
fun.
no, I'm curious to know, like,
I mean, do you have a ring light? Oh, I see. Do you,
Could
not have,
you?
do you not have like control settings, like where you can like dim it and
Dim
whatnot?
yeah. I can do
Here we
that.
fucking go. This guy, incapable of doing anything involving technology without going behind his setup.
It's behind it. Hey, this looks
Damn. Okay, that looks good. That looks good.
Yeah, that's improvement.
nice.
This fucking guy. Every time you ask him to do anything,
100% of my technology is physically inaccessible from me sitting at my desk.
it's so funny. Damn, what the knees do?
I feel like your knees are really small.
My knees are also really tan.
Why are your knees so tan?
Why are they
So
so
I worked
tan?
outside and like I don't know. I guess the angle of the sun was harsher on my fucking knees. So I have tan knees and pale calves. And that shit is so funny.
Oh, update on the previous podcast. My overalls came in and they're sitting in a box over there. I have not
Go
gotten
try 'em
them
on.
out. No,
Why not?
because I would have to go over there, open the box, take them out,
Cameron
and
and I
put
are
them
good
on.
at filling.
Yeah, we're
I
really good
just
Phil.
don't want to do that right now. Next episode.
Next
Next episode, we'll try
That's
them on.
the bait for next
Overalls
episode.
episode.
Oh yeah.
But don't say overalls episode because only 66% of us have overalls. I'm not
Well,
getting
that
overalls.
means
I'm not getting overalls.
why?
Because
Why?
first of all, because I
You'll get a
cannot
giant
wear
check.
overalls without looking like a bumpkin. I
And
cannot.
dog, you did a trucking simulator cosplay. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but I looked good. I was a trucker. I was a trucker who I was about that life.
Lot lizards.
That's me.
You should get some fucking overalls. You don't have to get the denim ones. Anybody in denim overalls, you're like, yeah, you're a fucking hick.
Yeah.
And on that note of Cameron buying overalls,
I'm not buying overalls.
why did my dude
You know
lighting
what?
figure?
I'm at least not buying
Me.
overalls for a month. I might buy them next month. Because
Dude, that's how we hook people to watch for the next 5 weeks.
they can't wait. They're like, oh, this dude's gonna buy overalls. I wanted to stop watching, stop listening, but I was gonna sound like he was in overalls.
Dude, my ring light is pissing me off. There's like a 1 hour window where the lighting between this, and this are interacting in such a way that it just goes between good and like the Green Goblin.
We do film during the most changing light time.
Yeah, golden hour and then dark.
Golden.
Very eloquent tonight,
I love
all
golden
of us.
hour, actually.
Golden hour's pretty pog.
I had another dream to talk about.
Oh shit.
This one much shorter, funnier, way less setup. The only thing of importance.
Yeah.
The dream
Polar
was about
Express?
me sitting in bed
Okay.
watching a YouTube video. I believe
So
it
normal
was
night?
something- it was something about, yeah, that's the thing. It was
Yeah.
it was very much just what I do normally, right? So I was laying there and I'm watching a video, and then in the dream, I get a text message from my mother. 2 words: pizza earrings. And I, in the dream, weirdly, knew what that meant. It was like, oh, she made pizza earrings. I need to come downstairs and get a serving, right? A thing, I guess, that my family does is make pizza earrings, but you do eat
That
'em.
genuinely does not sound that far fetched for your family.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but it was food, right? And so
Yeah.
she sent the text, pizza earrings. I turned off my phone, and I stood up out of bed, and I began making my way towards the door, only to realize that when I put up my phone, I had woken up, taken my phone off the bed, which it was because I was watching like ASMR before, right? Put it on the table, and then I, an awake person, stood up out of my bed on my way to go downstairs to get pizza earrings.
Damn. You just fucking willed yourself out of sleepwalking.
Yeah, because I kind of blasted out of bed too. It was like I was sitting there watching the YouTube video, pizza earrings. I woke up, put my phone over to the side, whoosh, stood up, and I'm standing in my room, and it's like 5 a.m. It's like there's like some like tiny light coming in through the window, and I look around, I'm like, what am I doing? And
It's too early for you to be awake.
actually, the exact time of it was, oh well, I guess I got rid of the message, but it was whenever I sent pizza earrings, because I was like, that's too weird and too crazy of
on.
an experience.
To be fair,
It
you
went
have
away.
had a dream one time when you were younger. And the entire dream for the entire time you were asleep was you looked at a picture of a Goofy maze.
It was it was a Goofy maze, dude, and
Oh my
because
God.
it was Goofy. Was on the right side, I think. It was a PNG. Literally, the 4-hour dream was a PNG, where the left side was Goofy from Disney.
Like, gorge.
Gorge. It was him on the left side. On the right side, it was a maze, like a 3D kind of view, like from a corner of like a maze. And that was the dream,
Your mind.
dude.
It's a stream
I
of colors.
was trapped looking at that image for so long.
That's how it feels playing Amnesia Rebirth.
I have a question.
Oh,
Do you guys dream in first person or do you dream
Not
in
always.
third person?
It alternates.
it very much alternates.
What?
Yeah,
Especially when I was younger and used to lucid dream all the time, I could just do it at will.
that's crazy.
Dude,
I've never been
I
able
was
to
a
do that.
fiend for lucid dreaming when I was younger. I would literally I would wake myself up from nightmares.
Dude, if I would lucid dream, I immediately just get hit with sleep paralysis, and then it's a nightmare.
Oh, dude, that's terrible.
Yeah, so
But
like
have I
me learning that it's a dream is bad. That's,
damn, that sucks. Dude, sleep paralysis terrifies
Well,
me.
it's,
first I feel like you're aware you're in a dream, but you just kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
Because half the time my shit is so interesting. I'm like, I have to find out what the fuck my brain made for me. Second off, I've never dreamt in third person my whole life.
really?
Damn.
It's always been
The only
POV.
time I can remember is just like when I would like tell myself to start flying, and then I would be in third person. Have I told y'all how I used to wake myself up from nightmares?
No.
Dude, I would literally like there's one that I remember very vividly. I was being chased by like some goblins or something, and I was like, "This sucks." And I like dreamt that my room was in front of me with like the door and everything, and I opened the door, closed the door on the goblins, and locked it. I can hear them like banging on the door. I was like, "Okay, if I fall asleep in this dream, I will wake up in the real world."
Yo, it's like a movie.
Yeah, and
It's
it's
like
like hitting
Inception.
it's like
Yeah.
hitting the quit button in real life or in a dream, I guess. But I woke up. I was like, damn, I really did that. Yeah, I used to be able to just be like, damn, this would be way cooler if I was flying. Or when I started getting really horny, it'd be really cool if we were fucking right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, okay, so I had something similar. I was having a nightmare where it was like pitch black and like you're like you feel like you're in slow motion.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was being chased by this little like Chucky doll with like a machete or whatever. And
Yeah.
I got fed up. I was like,
I'm sick of this
stop being a pussy, turn around and fight it. Die or win. And I literally turned around, no problem, in the dream and punted the fucking thing. And it went like up into the sky and did like little Pokemon bling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was just standing there like, damn,
That's pretty cool.
it's that easy? And then I woke up.
So here's something interesting about dreams, and this has to do with sleep paralysis and sleepwalking, and why those two things happen. When you go into REM sleep, your brain essentially executes a line of code that says, okay, lock down all body functions. They cannot move or do anything while this is happening because they can hurt themselves, right? So you're stuck, and it's playing the movie in your head, right? Now you can still be dreaming before you hit REM sleep, right? So the thing that happens for sleepwalkers is they hit REM sleep, but that line of code doesn't go off quite right. So they could very much be in like the deepest depths of sleep, but they can move around just fine, right?
Yeah.
The reverse of that is sleep paralysis, which is where you're in light sleep and you're about to hit REM sleep, but something happens. Whether it's like a lot of times stress will keep you up or something like that, but your body will execute the line of code and you'll be stuck. But your brain doesn't enter REM sleep and you stay in light sleep, which oftentimes results in like that's like the transition to waking up a lot of times. So it's like, oh, I would be awake, but I'm physically incapable of moving, and then your brain goes into panic mode, and you
Yeah.
like you can't make sense of like why you can't move and all this kind of stuff, and then it gets freaky because then it's like I am almost awake. I'm just about awake, but I can still see stuff pretty vividly. But then, like the horror of not being able to move, your brain will start just conjuring things that you're afraid of because you are afraid and it's showing you stuff. So like that's just how the chemicals work.
Yeah.
So sleep paralysis, very cool, very scary. Sleepwalking, scary for a different reason, not because you're
Yeah.
seeing something scary, but because you could get hurt.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that I've never struggled with sleep paralysis. I did sleepwalk a lot of my youth,
Yeah,
including like young adult.
yeah. I would
'Cause-
say usually people wouldn't do both, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thankfully.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
For the
Dude, I
best.
used to like when I like at some point my room moved from downstairs to upstairs, and which you guys both know, but for the
Yes.
audience, and my mom like I had sleptwalked so consistently that my mom was worried about moving me upstairs because she didn't want me to go down the stairs while I was sleeping, which I did do a lot of the time, and she was really worried that because I like when I moved upstairs, like I have really I'm tall, I have long legs, I would go up the stairs two at a time just because it's faster, and I don't know why I just did that. And so my mom was worried when I started doing that. She was like, "You're gonna come down the stairs two at a time, which I did in the waking world as well. And yeah, I would go up and down those stairs sleepwalking. And dude, this is one of the things I'm terrified most about having children. I just don't want kids that bad in the first place. But if some kid put me through what I put my mom through, I would punt the shit out of them. Because literally, there were times where I would be told that I would like go up to my mom's side of the bed and just start muttering things.
Dude,
And then she would
so
wake
funny.
up and be like, Glenn? And I'd just be like, dude, if I woke up, I'm swinging. Like,
I'm imagining you with a kid standing at the side of your bed.
dude, no, I
Dude, that's
never.
so funny.
I'm killing that kid. Like, dude, and like, oh my God. So I have been obviously was told about this. Like, there was one time where I brought my comforter down and stuffed it into my parents' bathroom sink, which is through their bedroom. Keep in mind. Oh my God.
Like fucking a man on a mission.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna flood the
I've got
house.
to do this shit. I've got to do this shit. Yes, I used to sleepwalk a lot.
I mean, obviously it's terrible, but that is very funny.
I mean, sleepwalking, it was never like detrimental to me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it could have been walking down the fucking stairs when I was asleep. Jesus
I knew
Christ.
a kid in high school who would sleepwalk. One time he literally threw himself down the stairs, like went the whole staircase, didn't wait, like just stood up at the bottom and kept sleepwalking.
Yo.
You know the
That's
worrying
scary.
thing though? I like one of my lucid dreams was like me standing at the top of my in my house staircase, thinking I'm gonna jump down, but I'm gonna start flying. And I did do that in my dream, but oh my God! Like looking back, I could have just died.
Yeah,
like
you could have been sleepwalking at that time.
I
like,
could have been
"Time to
sleepwalking
fly.
and just jumped down my stairs and just actually perished.
My final flight.
Icarus. All right, guys. I think it's about time to end because I'm literally shaking with hunger right now.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's been an hour and a half as well.
Any particular bait? Any topic in the topics channel that y'all think might be interesting to talk about next time? That we will start the podcast with?
Let's see
Promise.
here. Hot sauce monkeypox seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, I am curious about hot sauce monkeypox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that was funny. That's really short though.
I mean, hot pox monkeypox. Or hot fuck. Hot. What was it?
Hot pot.
Hot sauce monkey
Hot cross
sauce.
buns. Come here next time to see hot cross buns live action.
Performed by
We'll
a
be.
monkey with
I'll get my
chickenpox.
recorder out and go. That's how it sounds when I play hot cross buns. Someone else do the outro. I did the intro for the last 3 episodes. This time because I
You
wanted to.
begged for it on your
didn't
hands
beg.
and
I said,
knees
I'm doing the intro.
crying. Someone
doing
else
the
was
intro.
crying too. That poor child.
The child I murdered after they stood beside my bed in the middle of the night.
Glenn has broken the hearts of 2 Make-A-Wish kids. Anyway, so
One
the
literally,
outro.
one emotionally.
Anyways, come back next week to figure out what we're talking about. You can see if we figured out what we're talking.
Spoiler alert,
And-
you won't. But you should.
You can listen to us hound our editor. Promote things we have no obligation to for no money.
Woo!
We do promote a lot of stuff.
But anyways, next time, find out about hot sauce monkeypox.
There we go.
For now,
That's
that's
what
going
it
to be it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This has been
Oh yeah.
Mountains
Yeah.
Don't Like Baseball.
They
It
don't be
has.
liking the baseball.
It's been real. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.